Welcome to Bossier City, Louisiana. It's number 19 LSU meeting Louisiana Tech. These are the starters. LSU at 10-0. Their top scorer comes off the bench in Tari Eason. For Louisiana Tech, their star is Kenneth Lofton Jr., a lefty, 19 points per. Big body, and he'll be jumping against a 7-footer in Efton Reed. John Sadakson, and he'll be jumping against a 7-footer in Efton Reed. John Sadakson Doyle, our CBS crew, and Louisiana pride on the line here. Tigers, one of the best defenses in the country, and Louisiana Tech, one of the better offenses at Conference USA as we are underway.
Great defense versus great offense. It's simple. Something's got to give.
These teams met a season ago in Baton Rouge. That was a bludgeoning that went LSU's way. LSU 10-0 for the first time since 1999 has won its first 10 games by an average of 26 per, only once in double figures.
They're just so long and athletic, but if you have not seen Louisiana Tech play, number 2 in white is a special, I repeat, a special talent.
Only once not in double figures. Archibald, touch pass, 4 to shoot. Got to put it up with hesitation and a splash. Amari Archibald had run cold. He had been 5 for his last 21 from 3. They have to hit threes to upset LSU. Aggressive take in the bucket. Toby Williams.
This is just an ideal start for head coach Eric Conkle and his Bulldogs team. Great crowd down here in Louisiana to watch these two in-state foes. You know the guys from Louisiana Tech, they take this game personal.
Double on Darius Days, who travels. The head man for Louisiana Tech, Eric Conkle, once Jim Laranaga's offensive coordinator at Miami. He has led the Bulldogs to 20 wins, a program record 5 times in his first 6 seasons.
Last year, Conference USA Coach of the Year, and I think it's only a matter of time before he gets a Power 5 job. Louisiana Tech this year has played 2 other Power 5 teams. They're 0-2. Everybody else undefeated, 8-0.
A big test here against LSU. They handle the pressure up the floor, but time is ticking. Williams with 5 to shoot. Lofton. Williams wins it, has it taken away by Reed. Lofton can bring it up the floor. He can pass. He's got a great handle. Poked out of bounds by Pinson.
He actually got a hand on that ball there and created that turnover. But I talked to him before the game as we check out Will Wade. His 5th season on the sidelines. He's won over 70% of his games. Well, I guess not 70. 6,999. Can I say 70, John?
Sure. Yeah, you can round up.
Thank you.
Yeah. LSU number 3 in the net rankings early this year. Only Baylor and Arizona in front of them. Lofton sees a double. Dribbles out of it, up the grain of the lane, tipped out of bounds, 7 to shoot.
I talked to Kenneth Lofton before the game, and I said, do you expect a double? He says, if they don't double me, LSU's in for a long night.
Many teams have not doubled him, particularly power teams. 3 to shoot. Archibald again, a hoist at the horn, and he drains it. 8-0 out of the gate. Reed floats it up. Rattles loose. Won by Louisiana Tech.
Our bucket here, if you're Will Wade, you're probably going to get a timeout.
And a foul as Reed hits Lofton.
You're down 8-0 if you're LSU, but 2 into the shot clock. Buckets here. Great job by Archibald. He made the previous one. He creates a little bit of space, shooting 36% on the year. Second on the team in scoring. He's got this team off to an outstanding start. This is a dream start for Louisiana Tech.
Lofton wants it. Beat up by Days. Opposite corner. Quick load 3. Off target. Easton Willis, who became a starter when Isaiah Crawford got sidelined for the year with a knee injury.
If you're LSU, you got to go north and south here. You've gotten some great looks down low, but a ton of empty possessions here as we check out the keys to the game. And hey, when you're playing Louisiana Tech, you got to figure out a way to slow down Kenneth Lofton. On the flip side, Pierre Conco, let him eat, let the big fella eat. And LSU, they have an Achilles heel. They're not a great outside shooting team. They're going to have to make some threes, I think, to the tune of 8+ or more in this game.
Defensive rebounding, another weakness cited by Will Wade as Williams down the lane gets hit and fouled. That's going to be Brandon Murray with his first. What's your feel in the first 3+ minutes?
You know, it's almost LSU got overwhelmed because you don't want to call them lucky shots, but 2 shots were made with 1 second on the shot clock. And if you're Louisiana Tech and Eric Conco, it's like this is the greatest start to any game that you could have imagined. Teams coming out, they're playing with confidence. Other guys have scored besides Kenneth Lofton. And if you make some outside shots, what's that going to do over the course of 40 minutes? Well, that's going to open up the inside for the guy like Lofton.
Kobe Williams, a very good free throw shooter, 76%. And misses off the heel. That's a strength on the year for Louisiana Tech. One of the better free throw shooting teams, not only by percentage, but they get to the line a ton. Lofton gets to the line more than many in America.
And coming into this game, averaging over 80 points a game, Louisiana Tech was.
Converts on the back end, a 9-zip lead for Louisiana Tech on a 10-0 LSU team. Pinson, the transfer from Mizzou. Ball screen from Reed. And help from Lofton knocks it free. Numbers for the Bulldogs. Archibald again. Bit of a heat check moment there, and Reed's got the board.
Well, this is where LSU's at its best, when they are in transition. Good job by Louisiana Tech getting back. I think this is where Pinson needs to be aggressive.
Brandon Murray lets it fly off, and that's a weakness for the team. Won by Williams. Willis, quick load, short. Lofton's got it underneath. Up fake, go strong. Now a dead ball means immediate, but Will Wade is asking his bench to be called timeout. On high, and a swish. Pinson, the first points for LSU.
Yeah, Pinson, sometimes you have to be selfish for the good of your team. Pinson's a Missouri transfer who last year had a game where he buried 8 threes against TCU. He needs to be aggressive when the team struggle on offense.
Williams very aggressive. 1-on-4 doesn't work. Pinson floats it up. One and done again.
Almost like a carnival hoop there. We were all waiting in anticipation as if it was going to drop in. I got a chance to shoot with the balls before the game, and they're new. And I thought, oh, this guy's going to have trouble making shots in this game.
Williams wide open up top. Misses. And the rebound to Days.
And whenever a ball is that bright, you can tell it doesn't have much wear and tear on it.
Pinson stepping back. Short. Yeah, they felt particularly spongy. There was a little bit of extra bounce to it today.
Was that what allowed you to dunk before the game? Was just getting that grip?
Yeah. I mean, I had the ups. Lofton wants it middle. Christian hangs, feeds Lofton. Muscling in. Through a double, passes out. 8 to shoot, let it fly. Willis! The Bulldogs are burying threes. The lead back to 11. Reed screens. Wilkinson, the elbow J. A lot of jumpers from LSU. Days takes a tumble. Numbers for the Bulldogs. Willis. In and out. What's LSU's offensive identity right now?
Yeah, I mean, Penson has the only field goal. I would look to Reed down low, maybe go inside out. It just seemed like they've been getting blitzed in this game. There's Reed on the block.
And he gets doubled, passes out of it. Wilkinson coughs it up. Reed puts it home.
I know it's old school, and that's kind of Reed's type of game. I mean, he's only a freshman at 7 foot. He's going to be a good one. Last out, 15 points, 10 rebounds against Northwestern State. But, yeah, not much going on with the ball screen. So get your big a touch. Let's see if he can get any rhythm down low. He's got really soft touch.
Lofton wants it, leads to a curling Archibald. Opposite corner, quick low three, Willis off. And Days has it for LSU.
This is an important basket for LSU, just to weather the storm and cut this to 7, maybe even 6.
Days, who's a due short of 1,000 points. Aggressive cut, float shot over Lofton, tip falls short. Won by Archibald. On the sprint alongside Williams, right down the lane! Amari Archibald has been sensational. Pinson, floater off, another one and done. And Christian gets fouled by Days.
Louisiana Tech has come out fired up, making shots. Amari Archibald setting the Tech has made 3 threes, and they have yet to turn it over. 0 turnovers to start this game. You know, I was thinking about Kenneth Lofton because there was 8 minutes played without a stoppage. His freshman year, that would have been a game because his coach, Eric Conkle, said that he had to keep him in like an 18-minute-a-game type time frame, and he's out there running around. He's getting a breather right now because there's going to be an under 12 timeout next to that ball.
An aggressive trapping down low, reverse. Subs on both sides, and Kenny Hunter off the bench springs for the bucket.
If you're Will Wade right now, you cannot be happy with that dribble penetration. That's what LSU prides itself on. The best defensive team in college basketball coming into this game.
Tari Eason, LSU's leading scorer, is in. Pinson, baseline J, off, wins the board. Eason finally gets a touch. And a bad miss.
That's hard to do. You know, first touch, you got to shoot the ball. It's not for everybody.
Turnover other end, Days. Numbers for the Tigers. Eason slicing down the lane, floats it out, rattles it down.
See, he had to touch the ball the first time. He was able to make it the second time. Really nice, smooth finish for the leading scorer on LSU. The Tigers' leading scorer comes off the bench, John.
Also the length of Alex Fudge, who can deflect and steal with the best of them. The freshman at 6'8", wears number 3 on the right-hand side of your screen, near side. 8 to shoot, tip ball. And over and back.
Louisiana Tech has come out and brought the energy in this game.
Great season so far.
I love that about Will Wade, and I think that other Power 5 schools, you know, don't give the quote-unquote smaller schools that opportunity. Look at the fans here. There's an excitement here. There's a buzz that traditionally you don't see in maybe December non-conference games. So hats off to Will Wade, but all of a sudden, his team's got a hole to dig out of.
Eason, 3 ball. Off, and the board to Louisiana Tech. So Damian Bradford, Texas A&M transfer. Corner look. David Green, the Hofstra transfer, off. 1 weak side by Kenny Hunter. Archibald opposite. Lofton getting a breather, not on the floor here. Turnover again. Eric Gaines down the lane. Some forced shots that aren't quite in flow for LSU at times.
Great example of that. Just zero rhythm. I think that's the word I was looking for. Was like they haven't had an offensive set with any fluidity in the first 10 minutes of this game, LSU.
Archibald feeds corner, 3 ball off for Caleb Stewart. Multiple subs lie in wait for both teams, 4 for the Bulldogs. Pinson, corner Fudge. Days has it weak side, and there's 1,000 points for Darius Days and a flop warning to Archibald.
And watch Archambault there. Yeah, I mean, I've seen that call to push before. Instead, Dave's able to get position, and then Archambault gets called for the flop. I've been in Archambald's position where you're like, well, I'm not going to block this shot. Let's see if the ref calls a charge. Obviously, this officiating crew is not fooled.
And Doug Sermon's lead official made the call. He's worked 7 of the last 8 Final Fours. Tic-tac-toe passing. Good closeout defensively for LSU. Opposite corner, Bradford hit the top of the backboard. There's games all over the place.
They're shooting a lot of threes, aren't they, Louisiana Tech? Seems like every time down.
Here, travel. It does feel like they fell in love with that a little bit. Yeah, they buried 3 in the early stage of the game. They can hit the 3, but they're not a 3-point heavy team.
No, and it's important they make a few, but I think you got to get number 2 and White a touch right now. You see early on, they've already taken 12 threes, so they're on pace to shoot 48 threes for this game. You like that quick math, John?
70%. Bradford, opposite, Christian. Lofton, one of the easier boards that he's had. Willis, 3-ball. When they go down, they look good. Gaines, nice move, lost Williams. Just a little strong, tip sideline, out of bounds.
Louisiana Tech is just winning all of the hustle. And then Willis buries the 3. He had 16 earlier. Louisiana Tech opened their season against Alabama. That was the game where Willis had 16 against. And I asked Eric Conkle, do you wish that game was maybe in December, a month that you're undefeated in? He goes, no, I love playing a tough game right away. It sets the tone to see where we are as a squad and what we need to work on. I watched that Alabama game. John, it was not competitive. Louisiana Tech got really beaten up in that game.
And you had said getting Lofton touches was part of the puzzle, the problem they had. Turn it over. Gaines throws it down.
Gaines may have the longest arms I've ever seen. That is like custom shirts only.
Picks the pocket of Kobe Williams, then playgrounds it off his hip out of bounds.
Gaines has brought some energy here, but if he lived in a studio apartment, he could be cooking eggs. Take a mention, maybe Stanley Roberts. But anybody else, I'm all ears because Karl Malone, Paul Millsap had outstanding NBA careers. The former Chris Jackson.
Offensive foul. Efton Reed comes up with a smirk. He believes there might have been an acting job there from Lofton.
Let's check out one more time here. Lofton is starting to get accolades of All-American type status. So, Reed's only a freshman. Lofton's a guy who's had games this year against NC State where he had 36 points and 17 rebounds. 2 games after that, he followed it up with 31 points and 14 rebounds and a great win over Santa Clara.
That's 2 fouls on Reed, who has gone to the bench.
I think you gotta give him a touch here.
Lofton wants it. Then on the bounce, and they read that.
Oh, it was so slow developing, wasn't it? It's like they saw the knee draw.
Lob down low, Eason right under the cup. And there's such a calmness and a methodical nature to how LSU is getting back in this.
Well, this is their calling card, getting offense from their defense. A guy like Gaines has come in. This is an excellent pass there by Brandon Murray, just lobbing over the top, and Easton has done that. He's given them energy off the bench. That's been the story all year. He's led the Tigers in scoring 7 out of 10 games. You see Murray goes to the bench with his second foul. Probably not going to see him the rest of the half.
Williams running point. Bulldogs lost Isaiah Crawford for the year with a knee injury. Williams out of nowhere counted. Alex Fudge.
I just once want to be able to jump like this. Is Fudge's head above the rim there? Oh, his arms certainly are.
And it's the length of the team, but in particular, Fudge in games alter so many shots. And Will Wade told us it was at VCU that he started charting deflections and the value he sees in that hustle and how it leads to wins. Their goal is to get about 40 deflections a game. They're averaging in the mid-30s right now. Benson defended by Lofton, 9 to shoot. Wilkinson shakes his man. Just about flat-footed, banks it in.
You could feel the tide of this game, John, is starting to turn a bit here. I would love for Louisiana Tech. Some would call that clean, but they call the foul there as Gaines once again with those long arms. But great body control. And then able to use the glass. LSU clawing back into this game, down 8.
The last time these teams met, December of last year, LSU led by 21 at the half. So Louisiana Tech that's enjoyed a double-digit lead most of the first half so far. And a foul. Lonnie Wilkinson. Fouls piling up on the Tigers. That's 17 fouls.
Well, that was a big reaction, John, from the LSU bench. Normally you don't see that. You see Will Wade's not happy, but it was like 6 LSU staff members, teammates. They all stood up at once questioning that call, but instead of one-on-one opportunity, got to make your free throws here. If you're going to pull off an upset like that, you got to take advantage of these opportunities.
Houston Willis, 80% shooter. Misses the front end of a 1-and-1.
And some would say there, John, ball, don't lie.
Gaines foul. Be sure to tune in to that other pregame show tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time, as the crew will get you set for the full day's NFL slate. That's that other pregame show tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Now will the pressure mount from LSU. One of the best in the country turning opponents over.
I just think you have to get Lofton a touch, and there he is.
Home run pass and an easy rattle down.
It's a hard guy to lose.
Well, guards getting back has been a concern for LSU. Despite its success in turning teams over and the way they thrive in transition, there are flaws in that transition defense. Aggressive take, blocking foul.
I mean, I don't know how Lofton basically snuck behind the secondary there. Was able to get a layup. You heard the crowd reaction before. I just want to tune you in. Team fouls, LSU, you see there 7. Louisiana Tech with only 2. That's maybe why the sarcastic clapping there from Tiger Nation.
Just gets it into Days, who's been fairly quiet. Days, their second leading scorer, their leading rebounder. Gets fed in the corner. Dangerous contact as Lofton boxed out. Eason putback is off. Loose ball with bodies flying, won by Days. Deep look, Pinson. Rebound, Eason, foul. That'll be his first.
I mean, you want to talk about big-time college basketball? You got some physical play there. Obviously, that's not Lofton strength. He was trying to box out on that play. Bodies are flying everywhere. Crowds into this game. Love the energy here between two rivals, and we all know Louisiana Tech, they have to play second fiddle to LSU, whether it's in the newspaper or getting the recognition on the local news. So this game means so much to them. This is their Super Bowl to go up against the Tigers.
Xavier Christian, one of the captains for the Bulldogs, 82% shooter, converts on the first. He was one of Eric Condell's best players, and then had a medical issue that was suffered in practice late November of 2018, cost him the rest of the season. His resolve to come back from those challenges and play came shortly after perhaps his best game as a Bulldog. That's when he had 15 when they played LSU tough earlier that same month and lost by only a couple of possessions. Eason, eager, drops it down from deep.
I really like Eason's game. It's inside, it's out, it's in transition, it's super smooth.
Williams a little more helter-skelter. Willis, their best shooter. Off, and Eason's got it weak side.
I would go back to that Eason matchup, against Lofton.
Three ball again, off. We haven't heard from Amari Archibald in a while. He controlled the game in the first few minutes.
He made some big shots at the end of the shot clock. And when you get Louisiana Tech in the half court, in my eyes, they've shot too many threes here. I think you got to get number 2 a touch.
There he is. Swish, Xavier Christian. Back to 10. And a travel.
LSU got great energy off the bench. Eason, a couple of hoops now, and then obviously what COVID has done lately. Now 6 postponements, and I think it's approaching a fluid situation again, John.
And we are right there. That includes one of the other nationally undefeated teams, Colorado State, and its game wiped. There are 7 unblemished teams left in Division I at the day's start, including LSU. That's been in peril basically from jump. Lofton wants it against Days. Gets fed by Willis. 5 to shoot. Double comes, fall away. Air ball.
Good job. Good job by LSU, John, pushing him out of. See where he ended up catching the ball? He's like 16 feet away to post up. They're going to get a foul there on Christian down low. But you don't want Kenneth Lofton in his sweet spot, which is like 7 feet and in. And look at that catch. I mean, look how far away. Look at all that distance there. And then you got help defense. I don't think Louisiana Tech's doing a good enough job swinging the ball side to side. They're 5 of 16 from 3, and before that miss, they were actually 6 of 8 from 2. So they got to be shooting more 2s, being more aggressive, getting Lofton more touches.
Christian to the bench with 2 fouls. Bradford's in. Eason is wanted one-on-one against Lofton in the half court. Lies in wait. Screens for Gaines. Days sticks it. Sideline trap shown. Archibald.
If you're Will Wade, if you can get this to under 6 going into the half, you got to feel pretty good about that.
Williams zigzagging.
What I really like about LSU is Eason and Days at 6'7" and 6'8", John, they can create their own shot. And whether it's stepping out for three or putting the ball on the floor, good job by Louisiana Tech. This is them being aggressive, getting into that two-point range. And this doesn't count as a field goal attempt, but in my eyes, it was an attacking move, and now you get a chance to, shoot a 1-and-1.
9 team fouls on LSU. That was Pinson's first. The last of the 1-and-1s for the Bulldogs this half. Williams sinks it. Louisiana Tech has not beaten a ranked team since 1991. That was when Anthony Dade, who scored nearly 2,000 in his Bulldog career, dropped 20. They hit free throws down the stretch and knocked off a New Orleans team that was led by a Louisiana Tech alumnus who went on to even bigger heights collegiately and in the NBA. Tim Floyd was the head coach back then. Wilkinson falling away over Archibald. No. Eason wins it. The ball has found him. Fudge sweeping to the hoop, draws the foul. Now, these are the all-time wins over ranked teams in Louisiana Tech history, 3-41 all-time. That's how big a win like this could be.
Yeah, and then, obviously, beating a team like LSU, who's ranked, you could argue biggest win ever. Do you know what the #1 song was when they knocked off New Orleans in February of '91? It was CC Music Factory. Everybody danced now. Which is played, I believe, in 94.6% of arenas during games.
That's when they break out Jock Jams, Volume 2.
Yes, everybody knows. Yeah, whoop, there it is. A little Gary Glitter action.
And these are big free throws, under 2 minutes. Louisiana Tech has known basically a 3-possession lead for most of the half.
That was a good job by Fudge. He knew he had Lofton on him. He took advantage of it, being aggressive, goes to the line, makes him pay. Yeah, like I said, if Will Wade can get this to 6 or below, he's got to feel pretty good.
Williams double, bad diagonal pass, got a little lucky. Bradford. Lofton cleans it up. And a flop. So we've got 2 flop whistles in this game.
I'm going to start calling that on my children. Just flops. It's a flop. Go to your room.
I'd love to see how Mom reacts.
Yeah, like the neighbor's kids, you're flopping. Go home. You can't be hanging out here.
That is a point of emphasis, both in the Doyle household and in college basketball. Under 90 seconds. Bulldogs by 10. Wilkinson rejected by Archibald.
This is just an amazing job by Archibald. Has made some big shots early in the game. And coaches don't want to hear this, John. But when you make shots, you play harder on defense. They want you to play hard all the time. You don't normally do that as a player. You just play a little bit harder when the ball's going in.
Eason. Archibald lost handle, resettles. Under a minute. And Lofton draws the foul.
Yeah, it's not always pretty in Kenneth Lofton, but it's effective. And I talked to him before the game, and I said, who do you like to watch at the pro level? And he gave me 2 interesting names. Nikola Jokic, the reigning MVP for the Denver Nuggets, and James Harden. That was kind of a Harden-esque foul, the way he threw his body in there and got himself to the free throw line. And I think his shot, as he goes on and on, because he's honestly listed as a freshman, but it's his second year in college basketball. You watch the rotation on the ball, the form, it's good. It's there.
Free throw off.
Now, his shot may be improving in his eyes, maybe a little bit better than what his coach believes. as far as stepping out and shooting threes, but he's going to get fouled a lot. It's important that he goes to the line and makes teams pay.
It's one of two. LSU stout defense has been averaging 24 points allowed at halftime on the year. That's 35 for Louisiana Tech. How are you managing shot to game clock if you're LSU?
You know, I'm a big 2-for-1 guy. Nobody does it in college basketball, but they should get a shot off here right away. It's the math of it, but college coaches don't like to relinquish that power of the 2-for-1 with their players.
Days. The whistles have piled up.
Now, if you don't understand what the 2-for-1 is, it ends up, this is what LSU is going to get here. So they potentially get 2. Now Louisiana Tech can get 2 or 3, but now you get the ball back again. So you could end up getting 5, and the other team could get 0. Versus, you know, if you only have 1 possession, then you could actually lose a point if you make a 2 and they make a 3. So it's always better to do 2-for-1. And it only happens once in college basketball. It's only 1 half versus 4 quarters. But no one seems to think like that or do that. And I think eventually the analytics will catch up of the 2-for-1. Now, Louisiana Tech, they don't have enough time simply to do it here.
Was Lofton out offense, defense, protecting from fouls?
Yes, more, offense. You want him in, for sure.
Days wins the loose ball. James, tipped by Days again, rattles down. Timeout, Will Wade. He sprinted to midcourt. Will step aside, 16 seconds, Bulldog ball.
Louisiana Tech made not 1 but 2 shots at the end of the shot clock. They fell behind 8-0. You know, since that point, you know, they've played even basketball. But this is a big momentum shot here because Louisiana Tech, they've had all the momentum in the first half. Make a basket here, fans going to be pretty amped.
They've led by as many as 13. Can they make it double digits at the break against the 19th ranked team in the country? Williams, 3 seconds, 3 ball. Bad miss. 35-27 at halftime. Bulldogs looking solid.
It was all about the defense for Louisiana Tech, and Will Wade is going to need to make some adjustments. You know, there was a point in this game where LSU had 17 fouls, Louisiana Tech had 0. So I would say it's probably about as bad a half as they played all year. Probably that was their worst half of basketball, and it's still single digits. First 4 minutes is going to be really important for LSU. They have to win the first 4 minutes, get back in this game, as well as the swing momentum.
Underway here in the second. Louisiana Tech looking for its first win over a ranked team since 1991. Twisting shot, Efton Reed, who spent much of the first half on the bench in foul trouble.
I love that out of a halftime call play, get your big guy a touch, and he is old school. We saw him with the right hook in the first half and then the left hook to start the second half.
He went to the pine with just under 8 remaining in the first, did not return. Kobe Williams loses handle. LSU ball.
Here's what I loved about Reed. Watch the patience. With some freshmen, they got like hot potato. He did a good job of getting to his spot, getting to his move. And Kenneth Loftus knows something about a left-handed jump hook. That's his go-to.
Pause for poise is the turn of phrase that Will Wade says he uses with his bigs, and that Efton Reed has embodied from the day he set foot on campus. What a feed! Backdoor Wilkinson! And just like that, it's at 4. Seven unanswered for LSU. Lofton off the overplay. 3 ball. Willis.
Basket here, you might see timeout Louisiana Tech.
Wide open. Murray misses and a foul. Looking for the loose ball.
And this guy is a 7-foot freshman. I repeat, a freshman. We saw the lefty jump hook, and then excellent recognition by Reed, kind of feeling that defense. Here comes the help. He knows where his teammate's going to be. Able to finish. But he picks up his third foul. Now he's going to go to the bench, John.
Will Wade gave him a fist bump as he subbed out. Let's see how that changes things. Eason, LSU's leading scorer on the year, is in. Took them a lot longer to get him into the first. We didn't have a dead ball for the first 8 minutes or so. Lofton gets fed way away from the cup. Snaps it off to Christensen, and one. Xavier Christian with a chance at a three-point play.
Yeah, I was waiting for someone to cut. They gave it to Lofton. I felt like everybody just stood around and watched him. There was the cut. Lofton's a really good decision maker because he's seeing so many double teams. He normally makes the right play. He's going to catch a little bit of a blow here before the 16-minute timeout. I'd be surprised if we see him again. But that was a huge basket to stop the bleeding for Louisiana Tech.
And one free throw is good. Eric Conkle challenged up this year. Played Alabama out of the gates. Got blown out. Played NC State. Played them close. It's a game that saw Lofton go nuts. Pinson. Opposite Wilkinson, who can shoot. Days, rhythm. Ribbon in.
Now with no Lofton out there, I think this becomes Kobe Williams. 24 has got to be really aggressive.
Archibald. Eason's got it. Three ball. Big bucket. Brandon Murray. Tied up. Needed over a week. Sprung to life in the second. They looked a little listless for stretches. Directionless in the first half. Late stage first half. Start of the second. They look like they have far more purpose.
Well, they were still were within single digits, even though that first half was their worst half of the year. They've come out and played with a purpose here to start the second half. Now, if you're Louisiana Tech, I think you got to go down low to Lofton. I don't know why they keep getting away from that. Even if you get him a touch, he's such a good passer as well.
Lofton shapes up, flashing in the lane, guarded by Eason. 6 to shoot. Archibald slashing and line. In and out. He thought he was fouled. Pinson, no look alley-oop, and Williams disrupts, takes it away from the much bigger Eason. Sprinting down the floor. Right at Wilkinson, whose length alters the shot. Feathery touch to Eason. Right at Lofton. He has no fear against the Bulldog big man.
Back and forth we go. Kobe Williams is a bit out of control. Lofton's got to do a better job. You see he was kind of in between there. He was between like taking a charge and blocking the shot. You know, as a defender, you got to make up your mind. I think if he would have taken the charge there and fell down, he might have got that call. If he would have went straight up, he might have got that call. Instead, Easton gets the free throw line.
And converts on the first. Eason transferred in from Cincinnati. As Gaines joins the floor in favor of Murray. And there's the first lead of the game for LSU. Offensive foul.
Yeah, Pinson, right when he felt some contact there with Kobe Williams saying, I didn't extend his arm. Referee thought so. And now LSU looking to build on their first lead of the game.
Hand checking using an arm bar. One of the points of emphasis that was brought up in the officiating video this week. Eason smooth.
Will Wade got Easton on the court a lot earlier here in the second half than he did in the first half. He's been a difference maker for the Tigers. They have their largest lead up 3.
A 14-3 run. It feels like the defense is suffocating now. Archibald kicks corner. Willis wide open. Oh, they needed that bucket. Tie game. Eason. Willis wants it opposite. Wide open down the floor. Lofton buried in the corner and double teamed, and a travel.
The Battle of Louisiana. LSU is down 8 at half.
Inning is 13. LSU did not know a lead until minutes before our last break, but LSU was on the second half. Eric Conkle was working referee Doug Sermon some while we were away, feeling that Kenneth Lofton Jr. was hit and did not turn over on a travel. That was called. Efton Reed double. Passes out of it to Fudge. And an offensive foul. Willis took the charge, and did he catch a sneaker to the face afterward? Inadvertent, but he came up clutching at his face. Continues to wipe just below his nose.
And I think the last thing he thought was going to happen today was a sneaker to the face. Hopefully he's okay. The 6'3" sophomore from Texas. But a smart play there. You see that shoulder dip as a defender. You know he's at your mercy then.
Stewart wanted it. On high, Christian. Eric Conkle is asking the Bulldog fans to get up. Reed gets doubled. And Christian's got it. Lofton. And one.
He's big, he's burly, but he's got soft hands and great body control there by Kenneth Lofton, not barreling over the defender. Great catch, gets to his strong hand, and then some cheerleader love as well. That's awesome.
He took gold with the U19 Team USA squad over the summer, playing for Jamie Dixon. He did not technically win the MVP, yet most of the numbers and his performances in the biggest games, including the gold medal game, he was probably the best player representing the U.S. And there's a look at him against France, and he came to play in a big way. Able to lift that gold. He was teammates with Chet Holmgren, the #1 recruit in the country, now with Gonzaga. It was Holmgren who was named MVP, but he took to Instagram afterward and said the real MVP was Lofton.
And just hanging out with him a few minutes before the game is Eric Conkle's trying to get him a rest here because you got a TV timeout coming at the under 12-minute mark. He's just got such a fantastic demeanor about him. And you may see the tight jersey and the shirt underneath. Eric Conkle's been so impressed. He's dropped 25 pounds since he came to school. He's down 10% of his body fat. You know, earlier in his career, he couldn't possibly play 30 minutes. Now he's consistently playing 30 minutes. And you think that he's only a freshman.
And a technical foul was just given. Another flop here. Darius Days, longtime staple of this LSU team. This is called a flop. So Archibald shoots the technical free throws.
I love the flopping call. Need to clean up the game because it's hard enough to referee, but then you got kind of wink-wink plays where everyone's trying to kind of Humphrey Bogart, that is, the referees and act.
Did you ever flop in your day?
Yes, every chance I could get. But I'm saying it's not good for the game. But it's on a level now that it's like, you could get away with a little bit of something, but now if someone gets hit, it's like they've been in a car accident. It's like, dude, the guy just hit you in the shoulder.
Reed back in, Lofton on the bench. Each has 3 fouls. Willis, 3-ball off, gains the hopping rebound.
If you're a Conkle, you gotta like that shot, though. Dribble penetration led to an open 3. LSU, they've had too many breakdowns defensively.
Days. Willis, nice feed to Archibald, right down the lane. Denied. And a step out of bounds by Bud.
I love the aggressive attacking nature, but you got to make that. I mean, there's no other way to say it. You go into your right hand. You're an experienced player. You're 5th year, 2nd on the team in scoring. Like, nobody fouled you. You got to make that shot.
Bradford and Williams back. Christian subs away. Stewart dribbled into trouble. Hunter, smooth. LSU hasn't hit a field goal in over 3 minutes. And a foul. Efton Reed's got 4 with 12 minutes to go.
I thought this was an easy call. I see him move out there, and especially Kobe Williams sold it. That's a really easy call. Freshman moment there. As Reed, when he's been on the floor, he's been effective, but now with his 4th foul, LSU is going to be forced to go smaller, playing Easton along with Days. They had a lot of success with that. No Kenneth Lofton. We're going to see him at the under 12-minute mark for Louisiana Tech.
Willis doubled, coughs it up to a teammate. Williams slicing down the lane, feeds corner. Stewart for 3. Weak side Days. Pinson is back on for the Tigers. His unblemished record sits in peril. They have trailed most of the game. Murray hanging, missing. Bradford left the dribble prone. Numbers for LSU. Eason. Days puts it home. Eason slow to get up. And a noticeable limp for Eason as he trails up the floor.
A smart play there by Pinson to take the foul. Although that's team foul number 6. LSU is trying to claw back into this game.
LSU, 1988 in overtime by a deuce. Each of those teams made the NCAA tournament that year.
From a ranking standpoint, where would you put this up there as far as program win for Eric Conkle?
For Eric Conkle, I would think there's a strong chance you can make this number 1. And he has won a lot of games, 137 in 7 years. He's won 20 or more 5 times in his first 6. Got a contract extension this summer through the 25-26 campaign, but to beat an unbeaten 3rd in the net, top 20 in the country in the AP LSU team, that's tough to top. 4 to shoot. Williams up fake, got Days in the air. And it falls short, caught by LSU before the shot clock violation. Gaines feeds corner, extra pass, Pinson, wing 3, smooth. Pinson cracked 1,000 points as a collegiate earlier in the week, including his time at Mizzou.
So it was all set up by Gaines, though. He's been a difference maker.
Ugly turnover. Days trying to chin and spin. A jump ball comes. The LSU ball.
And this is one of the better possessions LSU had all game. Gaines has been awesome off the bench. Defensively with steals on that time. Dribble penetration. The ball finds Pinson. He makes a big shot. We're knotted up.
Pinson, by the way, plans to be a radio or TV announcer.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Here's why I don't want you to do it. He'll take my job. Pinson, I got bills to pay, buddy. Well, I got 2 kids.
He's from Chicago. He went to Simeon Academy. You've been a Chicago resident since your collegiate days at Northwestern.
What a great high school home of Derrick Rose, Jabari Parker, made famous by Benji, Ben Wilson. He's been outstanding here. Just that leadership for Will Wade's group. I asked Will Wade, are you surprised? What's the one word that could describe a 10 of those start, a ranking of 19? He just said satisfied. I was hoping actually for a little bit more. Were you okay with that?
I like it. That shows swagger to me. Satisfied. That's like bare minimum. That's how much he thinks there could still be to come as the players are acting as the floor crew here, toweling up the wet spots. Now they have a gauntlet to begin SEC play. The league is tough as it is. And they are taking on their top in-league competition right out of the gate. Auburn gets it ignited, and the schedule is not very forgiving for the first 3 weeks.
There are some colorful, I repeat, colorful sneakers out there. Some orange, some blues, some fluorescent blues. I love it. Pink.
Williams with 2 on the timer, rattles away, Lofton.
He's like a big amoeba down there. He just like dwarfs into people and falls over and just has the ball and lays it in.
Well, you had asked Eric Conkle, did you look to any unique sources for the unique talent that he has? And he talked about a talent he had already had experience with. Pinson right at Lofton, whistle and foul. That'll be 4. And that was Jai Lewis, who was the big man, very similar to Lofton, that led George Mason to the Final Four in 2006.
And I mean, just look how he worked there and just kind of adjusted his body. But this is a big, pivotal moment here. His 4th foul that he's pleading, I thought it was a good call. He has to do a better job defensively of committing to going with his hands up and down, north and south. He's turned his body once. He came down on someone. That just makes it an easy call for the official, especially on a big guy. And this is something to mark down here. 50 now to 49. Him going to the bench with his 4th foul.
So obviously score dictates a lot. How long do you plan on him sitting on the bench?
I'd bring him back at the 6-minute mark. So that's my goal. But you know, if this thing starts to spiral out of control, maybe it's under the 8th timeout. I would not sit him too long.
Pinson converts, ties it up. 4 fouls for Lofton.
Now it becomes, you know, the Archibald show. In Louisiana Tech, they've had great success getting into the lane and finding shooters.
Archibald turns it over. Gave it away to Fudge, and then the foul. That'll be Archibald's 2nd.
Nice play here by Fudge. Anticipation. You know, when your star player gets their 4th foul, it takes a little mojo away from your squad. In the first possession, they turn it over to Louisiana Tech.
Correction, make that his 1st foul. Pinson finds Wilkinson. Murray. Off the up fake, baseline drive.
Murray came out in warm-ups with a Nirvana shirt on.
That caught your eye.
I had to say something to him. I said, "What's up with the shirt?" He goes, "I like the drip." I'm going to tell him right now, with that drive, I like the drip. But he was not well-versed in any Kurt Cobain songs.
Jumper off for Bradford. Pinson to the table. Gaines opposite, flips it to his bench.
All right, Murray here smells like, well, LSU spirit as he drives in, and I would consider that a dunk. That's called the Chris Mullen dunk, when you kind of lay it over the rim and just grab the rim. It's not really a dunk, but it's close.
Dunk, not dunk, come as you are.
There we go. There we go.
Archibald, by the way, had 8 points in the first 8 minutes. He has not scored since. He's bringing it up here. Defended by Pinson, who was subbed back in.
You got to keep playing if you're Louisiana Tech. This possession took forever to get into.
Hunter wants it on the block. Willis slips in. Another layup miss, and Days has it for LSU. Wilkinson. Pinson off. Friendly fire won by Willis.
You can see Louisiana Tech right now, they're looking a bit gassed. So you got an under 8 timeout coming here. I would want Kobe Williams trying to attack the basket. 24 and white.
Archibald picks it up, needs some help, 10 to shoot. Christian. Hunter wants it again. 4 to shoot. Archibald. A whistle.
Reed is back out there with 4 fouls.
Archibald at the line. Looking for his first point since the first 8 minutes of the game. On the radio broadcast for LSU, head coach John Brady, who the last time LSU began 11-0, he was the steward in 99-2000. They went to the Sweet 16 that year, lost to Wisconsin. He later led LSU to the Final Four in 2006.
And I ran into him at halftime as we headed to a break, and I basically stole his analysis. I said, "What did you think of the first half, Coach?" And then whatever he said, I just regurgitated out. So that's all I do, John. I just go out there and plagiarize everybody. 2 hours later, I collect the paycheck.
Northwestern, huh? Archibald for the third free throw. He hits them all. And Louisiana Tech takes the lead back. The Bulldogs hadn't scored in nearly 3 minutes. They get 3 points at the line.
Well, if I'm LSU, I'm going to Days. He's been a difference maker, 4 in purple.
Efton Reed is back with 4 fouls. Lofton remains on the Bulldogs bench with 4. Reed sweeping past Hunter, but misses. And a foul in pursuit of a loose ball. It is bonus. Wilkinson's got his second. And a Louisiana Tech team that had missed 5 of its first 12 at the line will have another chance here for 1-1.
Now, you got to be smarter there if you're Wilkinson. I thought Reed got away with a walk. Wasn't called. Now Eric Conkel's team, we talked about their star player Kenneth Lofton Jr. is on the bench. Now you're able to delay that even more, but gotta make free throws if you're going to pull off an upset.
Now Archibald is standing at the line, but LSU doesn't believe that Archibald should be shooting. Doug Sermon says, yes, he is. Archibald just canned 3. He was an all-state quarterback in his high school days. And he converts, and I found it interesting. You asked Eric Conkle, do you address the idea of winning this game? What that looks like, what that means. And he said they do that all the time.
You got to see it to believe it. I mean, I love the confidence here. No Louisiana Tech players at the free throw line.
And is that part of it? Envisioning victory by having everyone sitting back.
It worked.
No look to the corner. Hits heel. Days the weak side board. Drop step short. Loose ball off Reed's hands, out of bounds.
Days has just been, his motor's been out of this world. That's 14 rebounds for Darius Days. Just not able to convert. See him coming flying in here. Maybe he could have taken an extra dribble, got better position, but then off Reed's head/shoulder. They're going to send Reed to the bench with 4 fouls, and this is an enormous possession for Louisiana Tech. Why? Gives you a 2-possession lead, as well as you're able to keep Lofton on the bench with those 4 fouls. You see Darius Days, another double-double. Him and Easton have really been a difference maker. The bench for LSU outscoring Louisiana Tech 19-4.
Offense has been slight of late. Bulldogs haven't hit a field goal in 3.5 minutes. LSU is 0 for its last 4 and hasn't scored a point in 2.5 minutes. What LSU does incredibly well is strip the basketball. Tips, steals, they turn you over. Right down the lane, offensive foul.
A great job getting outside the lane there. Is that Gaines? No, he's just been everywhere. He's got 3 steals. Excellent job stepping in. As you can see, Archibald, he was determined to get to the rim.
Easton screens, Pinson denies, floats it up, drains it with a kiss. 1-point game. There's Gaines smothering Colby Williams. He leads this LSU team in deflections. He is an excellent on-ball defender.
Right, look at his arms. Amazing length. When he has used it in this game, here he has 3 steals.
Jump pass up the floor. Christian can't handle. Out of bounds. LSU is one of 7 Division I squads in the country undefeated. Baylor, Arizona, USC, San Francisco, Colorado State, Iowa State. Among them, Iowa State plays tomorrow. Colorado State had its game canceled today. All others in action today. Easton Euro down the lane. Foul.
Tough move. Yeah, he knew he had a freshman on him and did a great job of basically changing speed as well as direction to get a chance to get to the free throw line, because I even thought he was going to drive right there. And then he was able to kind of Euro step and get himself to the free throw line. You
had said you thought Lofton may be around 6 minutes. Haven't seen him yet. Still a super tight game. Do you wait to the under 4 if it's within a possession?
I think he's waving, put me in, put me in. Here's the deal. If I'm a head coach, which I'm not, I'm just a bad broadcaster. If I'm a head coach, I'm rolling my best player out of the court. Like, I'm pulling the trigger. That was where my mind was at. I get him back out there. I don't love the possessions Louisiana Tech has had, but LSU keeps bailing them out, fouling them, and sending them to the free throw line.
6 ties, 4 lead changes. Bulldogs led it by as many as 13. LSU did not know a lead in the entire first half.
There's not much going on here for Louisiana Tech offensively. That's why I would have put Lofton out there.
Archibald, a prayer. Off heel, rebound, Hunter, airballs it. LSU 10-0, winning by an average of 26 points per, getting its biggest test of the season. Days, rainbow in and out. And the Tigers have now missed on 8 of their last 9. Both teams look tired and rudderless.
Yeah, just a lot of standing around for Louisiana Tech. Check their offense right now. Nobody's moving.
Stewart ready to sub in. Willis cuts Cup. Murray funnels to Pinson. Dangerous pass finds Eason. Oh, what a cut!
Conkle's going to wait to this under 4 timeout, but they just have nothing going offensively. I think he waited a little too long with Lofton on the bench.
You can see Lofton there standing just behind the bench next to the scorer's table. Williams hesitates. A contested 2 off.
Because now a basket here, you're down 2 possessions, maybe even 5 points. It's a hard thing to do. It's easy for me to say sitting over here, but he's waiting for the under 4 timeout, and here it is right here.
LSU calls timeout. Louisiana Tech hasn't scored in over 3 minutes. You gotta think Lofton will be back on the floor.
In the game, Kenneth Lofton Jr. back out there now.
For those of you tuning in for 13th ranked Auburn at St. Louis, you will find it online, cbssports.com/CBSSN as soon as it tips off. And of course, we'll get you out there immediately after the conclusion of this game. LSU has only led for a little less than 3.5 minutes. Can the Tigers tie or take the lead? Gaines feeds corner. Murray wide open. Air ball. Out of bounds. Louisiana Tech ball.
That's a great look. Get dribble penetration. Gaines once again. Got in the lane. Well, Wade's got to be thrilled with that. Murray just missed the shot. If you're going to win conference games with 6 teams ranked in your conference, you're going to have to make that shot.
Here comes Archibald. Lofton playing with 4 fouls. Hard screen on Murray.
Well, this is easy. Get 2 and White the ball.
Christian finds Lofton. Up fake. And Eason, not baffled, denies him at the doorstep.
And one more dribble, Lofton could have relocated and got the shot he wanted. Great defense there by Eason.
Days, rainbow miss. Archibald jogs up the floor. Christian took a tumble off ball. He's slow up the floor. Lofton slithers end line. Reverse! Tied to the window! The footwork for the big man is sensational. Eason! What a roll! This matches LSU's largest lead on a day dominated by the Bulldogs. Stewart, Lofton just standing off that left block. Now comes to the ball. Archibald behind the screen, 4 to shoot, bad pass, Williams somehow saved it. 3 ball, in and out, and a rebound. Days behind Lofton.
You still got to keep playing if you're LSU. But this is where when you milk the clock like this, everyone gets out of rhythm from an offensive standpoint.
Eason. And 1.
Will Wade spotted the matchup he wanted. Kenneth Lofton Jr. with 4 fouls. He gave it to his leading scorer and said, "Feed the horse."
Eason to the line. Day's career-high 17th rebound was the trigger on that possession. Rims away. LSU has its largest lead. What are you looking for?
Aggressive early. Louisiana Tech standing around a lot. Half court on offense. Got to go make something happen.
Lofton wants it. Wilkinson fronts hard. Williams to Lofton, gets triple team. Day strips it away. And a travel. Now a foul was being called on the baseline that would have fouled Lofton off. But on the near sideline, lead official Doug Sermons overruled and said travel.
Great job. I absolutely love it. But like the first in anything, going to be some adjustments with due time.
Williams calls the break. Christian up the wing, Willis.
They're moving with a purpose here, Louisiana Tech. That's what they need to do.
Each team 2 timeouts. We approach 1 minute. Christian telegraph pass, stolen away. There's that man again, Eric Gaines.
Just been a massive X factor all over the floor with those 46/47 sleeves.
Now Gaines with the ball. Clock on the Tiger side. Eason. Oh! Point from Tari Eason.
Yeah, great job pushing through and then using that rim for the monster finish. He's made every big play. Bounced in a three-point play. And then massive hammer time.
Time Wilton. Willis 3 ball. Weak side Gaines. Foul 25.7. And Tim, we're on our way, barring a bit of a miracle, to a final score that will not be indicative of what most of today has been.
You know, it was a 50-48 lead for Louisiana Tech when that man, Kenneth Lofton Jr., picked up his 4th foul. From that point on, Louisiana Tech could only muster 7 points over the last 10 minutes of this game. Can't really say he deserved to win. So they just struggled to score. I don't know if they made 3 field goals over the 10 minutes. I know they went to the free throw line a bunch, but they really went into struggling in a half-court offense without their star big man. This guy's been fantastic. 6'2" sophomore from Georgia. And he changed the game as LSU's bench. How great have they been, John?
Excellent, and it's a little misleading. Eason is their leading scorer. He plays starter minutes. He comes off the bench, and he's had a big day. But yes, their depth is certainly on display. Williams. And there's another rebound for Darius Days. This is not anything new for Will Wade's Tigers. Their defense allows them to gnaw into deficits. And you wonder where they would be if they had Adam Miller, who transferred in from Illinois, an outstanding outside shooter. That's one of their weaknesses that could be exposed in league play or in the NCAA tournament. But defense travels everywhere, and they have it not only through their 5, but through a good portion of their bench.
Be interesting to see if Louisiana Tech fouls if they miss.
LSU from down 13 ends the game in dominant fashion. The Tigers are 11-0. For Tim Doyle and our entire crew, I'm John.